on Tuesday was incredible because it was down to 2 barriers, and they were the barriers for Zeugen off leash, and who was the emergency, of course, and Courage Under Fire. There are only 2 barriers to be drawn, and Courage Under Fire came up with the 2. If it had got the 11, it would have been about 3 to 1 in the race.
Support for Shaker Maker, as you pointed out before, 5 to 1 to 11 to 2 now, 9 to 2 betting Shaker Maker, $6 on the tote. And Johnny Justice, well, he'll need a cool hand and a cool mind at the moment. He's got 2 horses represented with the other horse, Safe and Sound. Brian Hancock has charge of the reins tonight at 25.60.
And we've got 3 Hancocks in the race, which I think might even be an Interdominion record. We've got the 2 brothers, Brian and Dick, and we've got Dick's son, Darren, on at it again, who was the roughest of those 3 runners. So we've got a great family connection. We've got the 2 Demless, Teddy and Craig on Captain Rufus and Breeny's fella.
Over 800,000 in the pool. Win and place on the Interdom. Tabcorp Interdom for 2,000. The pacing final. It's about to happen. Good luck, Danny, for your call.
And they're close to a start. Will there be fireworks? Can Slug of Gin fly the gate? Can he head off Courage? Close to go. $5.43 million in stakes between them. Green light on, away they go. Courage Under Fire went roughly at the start. He's missed it. Admiral's Avenue came out running with Slug of Gin, and the Yank Tank goes to the lead. Slug of Gin in front by the first turn. Courage Under Fire's back 6th. It's Slug of Gin leading. Admiral's Avenue 2nd, and in 3rd spot, Happy Asset came across. Then Kaima Kid kicking up to hold the spot, 3 back the inside. Then Yule Star, Courage Under Fire, who paced roughly at the starts, now back 6th. Going around them, Captain Rufus. Over on the inside was Safe and Sound. Shaker Maker went back at the start. He settles at the tail end as Captain Rufus quickly improves his position. He's about to work up into 2nd spot. 4th last is at it again. Then Cole Bruce. Breeny's fella went back to the pegs, and last of all Shaker Maker. But it's Slug of Gin in front. He settles the sulky's length. Admiral's Avenue is in 2nd spot. Captain Rufus awaiting cover now. He's sitting 3rd. 3 back the inside, Kaima Kid. Then Happy Asset outside, Safe and Sound. Next is Yule Star. Down on the inside was at it again. The Little Champ is back 4th last, Courage Under Fire. Here goes some moves. The Kiwis are off now. Happy Asset goes forward. Yule Star goes forward. The leader was getting it too easy. 1:11.2 the lead time, and as they dash down the back, Slug of Gin led. Happy Asset went to 2nd. Now gets cover. Yule Star gets past him, and the Little Champ's off now. Courage Under Fire. He goes forward out 3 wide. Behind the leader was Admiral's Avenue. 3 back the inside, Kaima Kid. Then Captain Rufus. Now hooking out was Safe and Sound. Down on the inside, Breeny's fella. From at it again, 3 lengths to Cole Bruce and Shaker Maker last. Courage Under Fire gets up on the outside of Slug of Gin. 1st quarter in 29 seconds. So they've really picked it up now. Coming down the straight with a lap to go. Tabcorp Interdom 2000. Pacing Championship Grand Final. And it's Slug of Gin, the American in front, representing Queensland. 4 metres to Courage Under Fire. Leaders back, Admiral's Avenue. Safe and Sound going up 3 wide. Between runners, Yule Star. 3 back the inside as they turn was Kaima Kid heading towards the 800. 3 deep with cover was at it again. Then Happy Asset between runners. 4 back the inside, Breeny's fella. Shaker Maker 3 wide but 3 back. 2nd last, Captain Rufus and Cole Bruce last. 2nd quarter in 30.8. And Slug of Gin the leader, 700 to go. 2.5 metres to the Little Champ, Courage Under Fire. Then came Admiral's Avenue. Safe and Sound off the track. In between runners, Yule Star. 3 wide with cover at it again. Over on the inside, Kaima Kid. Then Happy Asset, Shaker Maker, Breeny's fella, Captain Rufus, and Cole Bruce last. Heading off the back in 28.3. Slug of Gin led 2 metres. Courage Under Fire 2nd. Right around the outside, at it again, pulling out. 3 wide, Safe and Sound. Admiral's Avenue awaiting the express post lane. Favourites under the whip, Courage Under Fire. As they turn into the straight, Slug of Gin being swamped. Here comes Shaker. Shaker Maker let loose with a run. Look at him go. Shaker Maker hit the lead with John Justice. He's coming away. Flying Breeny's fella. It's a Victorian Quinella. Shaker's done it. Shaker Maker's won the Interdominion. John Justice and Shaker Maker have beaten Breeny's fella and Happy Asset. Then came Yule Star. Next in, Kaima Kid, Captain Rufus. Safe and Sound, Admiral's Avenue, Cole Bruce. Courage Under Fire. And then Kaima Kid at it again ahead of him. And Slug of Gin knocked up. Final quarter, 29.3.
Well, a boil over in one term, yet a victory which doesn't come surprising to many others here with the Victorian here. Shaker Maker from 11-2 into 4-1. He really trimmed up at the last minute. Numbers across the line here, you'll find here with a fast finishing number 13 second, Breeny's fellow for Craig Demler, Victorian Quinella, and a rest between 7 and 5 for third.
Happy Assets, mate. 7
has got third. That's a Happy Asset for Anthony Butt. Brilliant drive, brilliant win, patience. Which surprised me, Billy.
Totally different from what we thought. He was out the back at the start, or after the start, but he got a beautiful trail up mid-race. The pressure was on up front, but probably not too much pressure. And I thought a couple of those favourites a little bit disappointing. Certainly Admiral's, certainly Slug of Gin, but Courage Under Fire. Look, he hit his head on the gate at the start. That didn't help his chances, but he was beaten about 350 metres out. And it was left to Shaker Maker, the horse who has really been primed for this carnival. And the Kiwis have got to eat cake again because the Aussies have still won the Interdominion and we just keep winning it. They can't beat us at it. Shaker Maker, number 6, paying $6.10. And what a great run from Breeny's fella. I mean, to come from so far back and get between horses and run on so strongly to make it a Victorian Quinella, a terrific effort. And also a terrific effort by number 7, Happy Asset. No racing luck at all and did get home very strongly at the finish. I think Admiral's Avenue was probably held up behind Slug of Gin in the home straight. There'll be a lot of hard luck stories, but there's no hard luck story for this winner, Shaker Maker. What a deserved winner of the Interdom.
Yes, as I was trying to say before, Billy, the surprise for me was the horses that were out the back of the horses that are actually put themselves into the finish here when they didn't seem to run quick times early.
They didn't, and I would have thought that the leaders would have had it to themselves, but they certainly motored in the last 50 to 100 metres. Robbie,
well, John Justice, getting all the congratulations from all the drivers. This has been a lifetime dream, John.
Yeah, look, I can't believe it. Thank you to everybody that's helped me along the way. I think you're seeing a champion in the making. This horse. He's sensational.
Well, you go back to the Victoria Cup, you sat outside Christian Cullen, you beat him home, you were just beaten over the last couple of bounds. Tonight, when you were back last, I must admit I thought you were in big trouble here, John.
Look, I got to tell you, I turned to one of the greatest people in harness racing and I said, what would you do in my position? And Brian Gath told me, he said, go back, son, you can't win it if you go forward.
So Brian Hancock actually suggested for you to go back?
No, Brian Gath.
Brian Gath. And John, coming to the home turn, you still had a lap full of horse and he just finished off the race like a true champion. Oh,
look, this horse has got everything in front of him. He's just a great horse and I'm sure that if he stays sound, he's going to develop into one of the best horses Australasia's ever seen.
The move you made from South Australia to Victoria, it's definitely paid off.
Oh, yeah, wow, thank you, yes.
John Justice, ladies and gentlemen, Shaker Maker, the Interdom 2000 winner.
Well, you can hear the crowd, you can hear that applause, and let me tell you, to a man, they've risen to welcome back this Victorian here, and we claim him ours now, as Robbie touched on it before. He's a South Australian.
He's certainly a Victorian.
He's called Victoria home now. At least we'll own him. Well done, John, and have a look at the elation. I tell you what, the shades of Vinnie Knight there.
Oh, it certainly is, and he knows what it's all about, John, and a true tradesman in his game too. He's done a great job. Brendan Deverell, who's been his right-hand man right through, and look how wrapped Brendan is.
Yes, we laughed at Brendan, we've shaked at Brendan all through, not so much this series, but right through. There was no one else that was ever going to take the strapping away from this horse. It's his boy. Well done, Bren. And it's going to be a high old time out the back of Melton tonight, let me tell you, as they party on. Here's the dividends for Shaker Maker.
$6.10 and $1.90 for Shaker Maker. Breeny's fella, $4.30. Number 7, Happy Asset, $5.40. The trifecta, $1,315.50. The running double, $56.30. The daily double was $76.30. The quaddie, a massive $94,052.60, better than you would have got in Tats Lotto. The Quinella, 6 and 13, $63.80. The exacta on the same numbers, $95.60 on a tremendous Interdom 2000.
All right, let's have a look at Albion Park. We're not far off a start time up there. They're running probably 3 or 4 minutes late up there. They're just starting to come out and do their preliminaries now. But this crowd really applauding the winner down there in front of the grandstand at the moment. We'll be seeing presentations happen very, very shortly. They're loving every bit of this. He joins an illustrious list of champions. Of course, it was our Sir Vancelot the last 3 years. Before that, young Mr. Charles, and then it was Golden Rain, the Victorian, who won so proudly, of course, over there in New Zealand.
And these Kiwis that get our spoils all the time, they've won 1 out of the last 20. Don't worry, they'll win one again one day. It's called the Interdom, they're due for one.
They seem to be able to produce them, John, when we go over there, unfortunately.
Yes,
on our turf, it's ours.
Yes, exactly right.
Wonderful rug, wonderful support from Tabcorp, who have jumped to the fore of harness racing here to make this Interdom what it is. And to all concerned, we capped it off last night with a wonderful night here in party mood. And I think the whole carnival has been a wonderful success. It's going to be pretty hard next week to come back to earth, isn't it?
Oh, my word. And what a race. I mean, how many horses at different stages of the race had a chance in that race? Now, even Added Again looked like winning at the top of the straight. He hasn't run a place. There was just probably every horse had its chance in the race. When I said there'll be hard luck stories, there'll be a couple, but a lot of them had their chance to win it.
Yes, I'd love to perhaps catch up with the camp from the little fellow, Courage Under Fire, just to find out. He did come up, and I'm positive that horse clouded the gate prior to the start. He went off stride, he went back through the field. A little bit of his, look what a magnificent looking animal this fellow is, Shaker Mate. The thing about him too, not only can he pace pretty well, Billy, he's a bit of an aristocrat as well too.
Oh, he knows it.
I'm hard to get off this. I've got to get to Brisbane. But for those of you that want to have a bet up there, She's Out's the odds-on favourite up there at $2.20 and $1.70.
Bronski on Fire, very well supported. Second pick at 2-1. And the other one in the market is number 12, Doge Trust, at about double each way odds.
Well, Rob's top pick is 13 to beat 12, Doge Trust. His third pick is number 10, Bronski on Fire.
Isn't it hard to talk about these horses after what we've just seen?
You can't say it's a letdown, can you? Because, you know, with due respect to other owners and horses, but I mean, at the moment, we're stuck in a studio here and the euphoria and everything outside, people are just, the whole place is a buzz here. And we want to be a part of it as well, but we'll bring you all the pictures, we'll bring you a replay of the presentation. You won't miss much, let me tell you, where you're sitting here on Channel 31 tonight. Winner, and that's probably the big fella. Brendan would be getting one hell of a buzz parading his little horse here.
Good bloke, Brendan. He's been around a long time in harness racing, even though he doesn't officially train the horse, he rarely ever leaves his side.
Okay, here's Albion Park Race 7.
The mare's final. Lights on, away they go. Rainbow Beach came out okay. Gemini Dancer was fast out. Van Kaza showing a good turn of early speed with Fake Woman, Left Tycoon and Del McBean. So they're all over the shop around the first bend. Rainbow Beach wants the front. She powers through. She'll lead. Van Kaza's 4 wide, 3 wide Gemini Dancer. Left Tycoon's keeping him out there and Del McBean's driving through behind the leader. Then Fake Woman, she's out getting a nice run through. Gemini Dancer's just able to find a position in front of the odds-on favourite though. Then Doge Trust, Bronski Burner, back second last Bronski on Fire and Dranero 2 lengths away at the tail end of the field. Rainbow Beach in front. She powered through the lead time in 37.5. That's absolutely motoring. And Rainbow Beach 2.5 lengths in front. Del McBean second. Van Kaza's done a power of work in third. Left Tycoon 1 out 1 back. Then Fake Woman and Gemini Dancer. She's out, about to hook out 3 wide. Then Dranero, Doge Trust might hook up onto the back of She's Out. Does so now. Then Bronski Burner and Bronski on Fire at the tail end of the field. In fact, Doge Trust stayed in and She's Out is roaring up on the outside. Rainbow Beach in front, 31.6 the first quarter. It's Rainbow Beach in front, leads by a length over She's Out on the outside. Third, Del McBean. Van Kaza's 1 out 1 back but on a loose rein, and Del McBean's also driven with the whip, so they're still running along. Gemini Dancer went back to the inside to save ground, then Left Tycoon, Fake Woman. Driving up on the inside was Dranero, then Doge Trust, Bronski Burner and Bronski on Fire at the tail end of the field. Rainbow Beach in front by 3 parts of a length, 30.2 the next quarter. She's Out second, closing the gap. Del McBean third. Next one, Van Kaza, then Left Tycoon. Gemini Dancer needs a run. Fake Woman on the outside of Dranero. Doge Trust hooked out wide but paced roughly. Bronski Burner 4 wide and Bronski on Fire still last and 12 off the speed. Rainbow Beach is giving cheek at odds. Leads by a head over She's Out. 1 out and 1 back was Del McBean. Came away from the markers. Dranero got the beautiful run through. Van Kaza 3 wide pacing roughly. Gemini Dancer no clear run. Bronski Burner, Bronski on Fire to the extreme outside. Fake Woman's jogging behind them and Doge Trust gallops around the turn. She's Out in front. Del McBean into the clear. Then Van Kaza. Gemini Dancer, big gap open through for her, but She's Out raced away 2 lengths in front. Bronski on Fire with a great run. She's Out in front. Bronski on Fire flying. She's Out in front. Bronski on Fire's after. She's Out. Grab the lead. Bronski on Fire. Bronski on Fire wins the mare's final from from She's Out. Fake Woman zooming home at the ends, run third. Then Dranero and Gemini Dancer. Delmac Bean a long way back. Bronski Burner. Then Van Kaza, Rainbow Beach, Left Tycoon and Doge Trust, who galloped on the home turns, coming at the tail.
This is an important announcement to all harness racing fans. Harness racing will not be telecast on Channel 31 after Saturday night, February 26. To continue to enjoy harness action, we recommend you subscribe to pay television, either Foxtel or Optus. Contact your preferred pay TV distributor now to avoid disappointment.
We all know HBA is the name for health insurance, but it also stands for home insurance and boat insurance and automobile insurance. So if you need to insure a home, boat or automobile, call HBA.
I like to keep busy at work and active in sports, but after a motorcycle accident, well, running on the beach with a mate here is something I really miss.
When I see parents and their kids riding their bikes together, that's one thing that I really miss.
If I'd understood the risks, I wouldn't have taken the chance.
Spare yourself the pain.
This is an important announcement to all harness racing fans. Harness racing will not be telecast on Channel 31 after Saturday night, February 26. To continue to enjoy harness action, we recommend you subscribe to pay television, either Foxtel or Optus. Contact your preferred pay TV distributor now to avoid disappointment.
Hello, I'm Mirella Killingsworth, live at our Channel 31 studios in the city with the weather forecast. Tomorrow, fine and mainly sunny day with a moderate wind, an overnight low of 15 degrees and a top of 27. On Monday, fine and 30. On Tuesday, fine and 32. On Wednesday, mainly fine and 32 degrees. Well, that's all from me tonight. I look forward to seeing you again next on Tuesday evening. Hope you enjoy the remainder of your evening with us here on Channel 31. Now it's back to Rob.
Welcome back here, Albion Park, race 7. The dividends here for Bronski on Fire, 320, 130. 13, She's Out, 170. 8, Fake Woman, 280. The trifecta, 10, 13 and 8, $64. Running double, 2 and 10, 860. Daily double, 15 and 10, 19, 20. The quaddie, 6, 15, 2 and 10, 95, 10. Quinella, 10 and 13, $2.50. Next event is at Adelaide. It's the 4th leg of the quaddie. It's also the 2nd leg of the daily double. Let's have a look and see what the market can tell us here, because we've got a couple of first starters in Blue Orient and also My Magic. And of the raced brigade, perhaps Gold Stature is the horse that's, well, it's got the form on the board so far. Let's have a little bit of a look here. Bill, the favourite, Gold Stature at $2.40 and $1.30. On track, the odds-on favourite.
Yeah, 2's on in the ring. Blue Orient, however, has been very strongly supported. It's 5-2 into 7-4 and second favourite. These two dominate betting. Third pick, number 7, Star Stress at 5-1, and then it's out to number 3, Linville Buck at 10s. But the odds-on favourite, number 5, Gold Stature. All right, I can tell you a little bit about Blue Orient. It's a classic Gary horse and has won a trial at Globe Derby by Classic Gary out of a mare called In Trust at $3.50 and $1.80. Blue Orient having its first start. And as I speak about Blue Orient now, it is really starting to firm up on track. You're right, and obviously a very big tip, and the race looks to be between those two, although Star Stress, as I just said, Star Tress is well in the market. Okay, how did Bob see it? He saw 5 to beat 7 and 6. 5 Gold Stature on top from 7 Star Tress and 6 for third, which is Blue Orient from the Webster camp. The other first starter, My Magic, not wanted at around 16 to 1, $14 on the tote. Get better on track. It's by My Handsome Fella out of Madame's Magic. It's a filly, assisted to Laura in the market, probably as the race guide tells you. Wherever you're looking, you've probably got the same form line we've got, is the best guide, and the best guide at the moment tells us the horse is not wanted. But the one they've come for is 6, Blue Orient. 3 minutes to Globe Derby.
at this present point in time. Presentations are being made trackside, and we're running a tape over that to let you have a look at the replay. And there he is, the champ. He can rightly deserve that tag as champ now, Shaker Maker. He joins an illustrious lot. It's the 59th in a series, this Interdom we've seen tonight, and the richest of them all at $1 million.
Yes, and I think Victoria can be very proud of what we've produced here, and also we can be very proud that the sport is on such a high we can lure someone like John Justice to Victoria to produce this sort of horse.
Billy, very shortly at 10:40, the next event here at Moonee Valley, some 15 minutes away, we can nearly say this is your race.
It is, yes, the Caduceus Club Cup, and proudly I'm president of the club, and we conducted the barrier draw on Tuesday, and that was very vital, I guess, to the race we've just seen, but it was a pretty good day. And
it was a wonderful day.
This is a pretty good race.
It's been a great week.
It
really has been a great week. I sat there listening to John Hart, of course, our former All Blacks coach over there. I shouldn't say our, or New Zealand's former All Blacks coach. And I really was inspired and pumped up. He's one of those sort of guys that when you listen to him, you just want to get out and do things. It didn't matter whether it was sport or business. Great motivator and a great man to come with it.
It was, and the whole day went off very well, and let's hope this race goes off pretty well too, because it's a good horses race. I was just having a look at some of the horses that have won it in the past. Sky Strike, Persistency, Kiwi John, Late Bid, Khan's Thunder, Impressionist, Jody's Babe, a couple of Interdom, was certainly an Interdom winner there, and a couple of Interdom horses. So whatever wins this race tonight usually will go on and make a pretty good horse later on.
Favourite in the early markets tells me here that, and it is a tight betting race, Art Gallery, Franco Conquest, Swinging Scooter,
no clear-cut favourite,
and
really,
15 letters. I can, without giving too much away, I can nearly say the fours each of four, really, aren't they?
Yeah, yep. Well, it's fours or fives each of five, 2 15 letters, 5 Swing and Scooter, 8 Franco Conquest, 9 Art Gallery and 10 London Express. It just shows you what sort of race it is, and yeah, a very interesting race. I was sticking with number 5 Swinging Scooter in the race. I like it. I like its lead-up form. It's very tough.
All right, that's Moonee Valley. We've had a little bit of a sneak preview at that with 13 minutes left. We're 60 seconds away from a start at Globe Derby, and well, gee, this is interesting. The money came from Blue Orient. It has now drifted to its opening quote, and they've plonked for number 5, Gold Statue.
No, hang on. Have another look. Number 7.
Oh!
3's out to 5's into 2's.
Dear me. Well, which way do we turn now? I think they were the 3, 5, 6 and 7, 5, 7 and 6 for the way Bob saw them. So perhaps maybe the trifecta is the way to go, which Bob has picked.
That is a go.
For $3.
Just when they thought everything was comfortable, they came for Star Tress, and it's now into a clear second favourite.
Let's go back and have a look at the start. I don't think I overreacted, but saying that I'm pretty sure that Courage Under Fire really gave the gate a bit of a nudge. Let's roll the videotape and have a look. He's comes out of gate number 2. Colin de Philippi starts to push him forward here. He's not right up onto the gate. The Justin Warwick horse is onto the gate. Now here's Courage Under Fire.
Oh, yeah, crash.
Oh, bang. He's given it a real nudge. In fact, he's dropped the head down into that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Now, for what reason?
Well, it was just driven into the gate. The gate wasn't taking off. I don't know whether that was the gate they normally use, the computer gate or not, because we did have an accident earlier in the night with the machine, but it's a bit sad.
It is a bit sad. I'm just having a look again, but I mean, all the other horses can be off the gate and be controlled, but this horse was just, whether he's looking for a fly and it didn't come.
Well, I think he just sort of decided to let him go and take charge and get the fly, but it didn't quite work, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, you can see what his motive was to try and win the start. And
there's John Justice. You can actually see John Justice grabbing hold of that horse. Here's Adelaide. We'll talk about it after.
Second, Raw Silk is third. Ultra Edge on the inside, 3 back. Then behind those is Blue Orient. He's a little bit fired up in the 1 out and 1 back. My Magic settles down third last. Star Tress is second last. And at the tail end of the field is Linville Buck. Lead time was 13.4. And the babies go down the back and a move by Star Tress from the tail end of the field. Moves around the outside. Flushes out Blue Orient, which goes forward now. And out in front, it's still the favourite going okay. Gold Statue by about 3 metres. Blue Orient, Webster keen to get to the death seat. Will get there. He's working pretty hard though. Kicking up in the centre is Raw Silk. He's still 3 wide on Blue Orient there. Can't get to the breeze at the moment. Steve Mayday hanging out the back of the sulky with Raw Silk. Racing greenly but kicks up. So he's out there 3 wide forever on Blue Orient. Star Tress now 1 out and 1 back. On the inside following the leader is Hookshot. Then behind those was Ultra Edge. A margin of 10 metres to My Magic, starting to pick the bit up again. And last of all was Linville Buck. Favourites going okay out in front. First quarter in 33.9. She's travelling well, Gold Stature. She's out in front by about 8 or 10 metres now. And Greg Rogers starting to let her slide. On the inside in second placing is Hookshot. Raw Silk on its outside. Blue Orient's had a tough run for a first starter, but he continues to run on 3 wide. Star Treasure's now held up between runners. On the inside was Ultra Edge. Behind those, My Magic wide, but starting to run on, and Linville Buck last of all. Gold Stature, the favourite though at the 400, now really starting to slide and leads away by 15, 20 metres. Second quarter, 31, 64.9 the first half, and Gold Stature, it's fair to say she looks home. She leads by 25 metres. Star Tress runs the second. Blue Orient's had a very tough run. It's hanging on to third placing. Behind those, just battling away was Hookshot. Raw Silk getting tired. Linville Buck running on again. But Gold Stature, if you back the favourite, you back the winner. She's getting tired in the run to the line. Third quarter, 30.4. Gee, she's walking to the line. But Gold Stature still wins by 22 metres. Star Tress second. Blue Orient, good run third. Had it tough. Fourth was Linville Buck, then Hookshot. My Magic was on the outside of Raw Silk, and Ultra Edge was last of all.
Okay, so Bobby's spot on here, 5, 7, 6 the numbers, and that's the way he tipped them. Gold Stature on top at 220, 110. 7, his second pick, Star Tress. 3s to 4s to 5 started at 2 to 1, 160, and third home number 6. Blue Orient will return $1.50, and it started at 9 to 4 after getting into 7 to 4. So it was a good betting race for the youngsters there, race 7 at Globe Derby. All right, a quick look at the Caduceus Club Cup opening market, and then we must have a glance.
Someone said, I think it was on radio this morning or yesterday, that they didn't think this Caduceus Club Cup would start on time. Well, we're heading that way. Presentation's still going.
Yeah, it is too, actually. But, well, who cares? The horses are coming out on the track. I was just watching John Justice and a few of the drivers, the Noel Shids, whatever, heading out for this now. Not that this is not a big race. I mean, every race is the same, but the feeling of those guys there. Justice would be still up on a cloud. Noel Shids probably a little bit down. A few of the other drivers. Now you've just got to turn it around. It's professionalism. Get out there and let's start work again.
My word.
15 letters. I'll do it this way. Swinging Scooter, Art Gallery, London Express, and Franco Conquest nearly forged the field. That's the easiest way to describe it to you. Swinging Scooter's a point better than the each way, so too is London Express, the others right in the market. This is a good betting race.
It is a good betting race. So look, I don't think the market will fluctuate for a little. I mean, I think the interest in the betting ring at this stage, especially straight after an Interdom final, would be negligible, but it'll build up in the next, and we've still got 8 minutes to go, let's face it, so things can change very quickly, but favourite at the moment, the opening favourite is number 8, Franco Conquest.
All right, let's go back to a replay of the presentations here for Tabcorp Interdom 2000, and to begin our presentations from Tabcorp, Michael Piggott.
Ian McEwen and the board, the committee that have looked after the Interdom 2000 have done a superb job in bringing to us this fantastic series of events culminating in tonight's effort, and what a great race that was. And Ian, your staff, Bernard Saundry, Richard King and the various staff in Harness Racing Victoria have done an absolutely fantastic effort, and I think what you see here tonight is a show of that work. As you know, we had a new government late last year, and with the new government came a new racing minister in Bob Hulls. Bob is an enthusiastic supporter of racing, and I'm sure that we will see racing prosper well under his guidance and support in coming years. Without any more ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Hulls to present the trophies for the winners of tonight's event. Thank you very much.
To Dr. Moonee,